Who says all movies need to follow a straight line?
I don't understand what I'm looking at. Why am I standing here and, oh my god, deja vu.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 non-linear films.
Life is funnier than shit.
For this list, we're taking a look at films that effectively convey their stories out of chronological order, making the plot more compelling and thought-provoking. Number 10, Once Upon a Time in America.
Sir, where do you want to go?
Anyway.
Almost 30 years after fleeing from Manhattan, gangster David Noodles Aronson returns to face his uncertain future and recollect his past.
That's what I've been asking myself for 35 years.
Noodles' memories are triggered by a series of poignant visual cues, flawlessly transitioning from his boyhood street hustler days to his rise up the rackets and back to the present day.
Aren't you going to say anything?
As a testament to how crucial the nonlinear structure here is, this originally nearly 4-hour epic was edited down and put into chronological order for its wide American release, robbing the narrative of its depth, sense of nostalgia, and poetry.
I'm not going to be home tonight.
Number 9, Rashomon. Its non-linear narrative aside, this crowning achievement from Akira Kurosawa is also groundbreaking for its utilization of the Rashomon effect. The film recounts 4 contrasting versions of a murder, told from the perspectives of a bandit, a wife, a woodcutter who stumbled upon the scene of the crime, and even the deceased samurai who gives his testimony via a medium. By the film's conclusion, the truth behind the murder isn't what's important. What truly matters is whether a priest's faith in humanity can be restored after hearing such a disturbing tale. Number 8, I'm Not There.
I'm in the kitchen with the Tombstone Blues.
Rather than making a straightforward biopic about the life of Bob Dylan, director Todd Haynes evaluates the musician from various standpoints in I'm Not There.
For the times they are changing.
The film follows several fictional characters inspired by the many lives of Dylan, most notably Cate Blanchett's Oscar-nominated performance as a controversial folk singer that betrays his die-hard fans. That's right, his die-hard fans. There's no doubt that Dylan will always be remembered as a great songwriter and singer. Through this unique approach, however, we additionally see him as an outlaw, a poet, a prophet, and so much more.
It's like you got yesterday, today, and tomorrow all in the same room.
Number 7, Kill Bill, Volume 1.
Welcome to Arrow. May I help you?
Okinawa. One way.
Quentin Tarantino wasn't the first filmmaker to employ non-linear storytelling, but he certainly helped popularize this narrative technique through movies like Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction.
So he hid it. In one place he knew he could hide something, his ass.
Even more ambitious an example is in Kill Bill, which opens with a bang as a bride is shot in the head.
Bill, it's your baby.
From there, Tarantino begins to unravel a tale of betrayal and revenge full of colorful characters.
Oren Ishii was born on an American military base in Tokyo, Japan.
Most of its chapters are told out of order, yet everything flows together perfectly as the bride's past catches up with her present over the course of the 2 volumes. Number 6, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
What makes the disjointed narrative in Eternal Sunshine so ingenious is how it completely catches the audience off guard in the final act.
Remember me. Try your best.
When Joel encounters Clementine on a train in the film's beginning, we're led to believe that this is their first meeting.
Do I know you?
In the end, however, it's revealed that the two actually met at a beach party. Subsequently, they engage in a relationship, broke up, and tried to expunge each other from their memories.
Show me which constellations you're in.
Against all odds, they meet again in Montauk, bringing this whole train ride full circle.
I love you.
Meet me in Montauk.
Number 5, 500 Days of Summer.
Tom, don't go. You're still my best friend.
We all know how love stories go. Boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl back. Since 500 Days of Summer isn't a love story though. It's boy meets girl, boy loses girl, and not necessarily in that order.
You've good taste in music.
Like the Smiths.
Yeah.
Jumping around 500 days, we see Tom's complicated relationship with Summer at its best and at its worst.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. What does that even mean? Love. Do you know?
One day, he'll be victoriously leading a parade. Another day, his praying is literally rained upon.
You never wanted to be anybody's girlfriend, and now you're somebody's wife.
The 500th day may not end up as Tom had hoped, but it does usher in a promising new autumn.
My name's Tom.
Nice to meet you. I'm Autumn.
Number 4, Annie Hall.
You're what Grammy Hall would call a real Jew.
Before there was 500 Days of Summer, there was this non-linear, not to mention unconventional, romantic comedy.
The old lady at the end of the table is a classic Jew hater.
Redefining Woody Allen's directorial career, Annie Hall opens up with a neurotic Alvy Singer discussing his failed romance with the title character.
Annie and I broke up, and I still can't get my mind around that.
He not only evaluates his relationship with Annie, but his relationships with family, schoolmates, and other past loves too.
I keep sifting the pieces of the relationship through my mind and examining my life and trying to figure out where did the screw up come, you know?
While the road is disjointed, it becomes clear the destination won't be a storybook ending.
You wanted to break up just as much as I do.
No question about it. I think we're doing the mature thing without any doubt.
That doesn't mean our lovers can't part on good terms though, and fondly look back at the old times.
I don't think many couples could handle this, you know? They could just break up and remain friends.
Number 3, Citizen Kane.
Your complete attention, if you please.
From its complex central characters to its brilliant visual symbolism, Citizen Kane is often cited as the best film of all time for good reason.
I don't know how to run a newspaper, Mr. Thatcher. I just try everything I can think of.
Orson Welles' revolutionary use of non-linear storytelling particularly cements the film's masterpiece status, adding to the mystery as a reporter attempts to uncover the meaning behind Charles Foster Kane's dying word.
Rosebud.
Through a series of interviews, we flash back to Kane's rise and fall from greatness.
If I hadn't been very rich, I might have been a really great man.
Although the journalist pastes together a majority of Kane's life, a vital piece remains missing when all is said and done.
No, I guess Rosebud is just a piece in a jigsaw puzzle. Missing piece.
Number 2, Memento.
I'm Leonard Shelby. I'm from San Francisco.
That's who you were.
The truth is that nobody can tell a story in reverse, but only a true creative genius could keep the audience guessing from start to finish.
Oh, I'm chasing this guy. No, he's chasing me.
Christopher Nolan does exactly this in Memento, which follows a man suffering from anterograde amnesia as he tries to solve his wife's puzzling murder.
Well, what's the last thing you remember?
My wife.
Ultimately, it's revealed that our protagonist's life is a never-ending cycle, spiraling counterclockwise.
Look, memory can change the shape of a room, it can change the color of a car. And memories can be distorted.
Through his Oscar-nominated screenplay, Nolan established himself as one of the most ambitious storytellers of this generation, which would carry on to future non-linear mysteries like The Prestige.
And they're calling him the bloody best in England. Why? 50 yards in a second. In a second! And all that we know is he uses a trapdoor. Ah, brilliant!
Before we wrap up this totally linear list with our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I don't know who I am.
What do you mean? You're Rita.
No, I'm not.
Où est-ce que tu vas avec ta colère de merde là? Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé vengeance de série B? Arrête ces nazeries.
I don't hear you giving me any names, so I guess when I shot you in the belly, I aimed a little too high.
I'm a f***ing asshole.
You're a f***ing asshole.
You can call me
I'm
stupid.
so out of love with you. I've got nothing left for you. Nothing. Nothing.
Number 1, Pulp Fiction.
Everybody be cool, this is a robbery!
Any of you f***ing pricks move! And I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you!
In what many consider to be his magnum opus, Quentin Tarantino strings together several interlocking stories about crime, redemption, and royales with cheese.
They got the metric system. They wouldn't know what the f*** a quarter pounder is.
And what do they call it?
They call it the Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
Portraying these events out of order, Pulp Fiction is an unpredictable experience where even one of the main characters can die by the second act, which is technically the third act. The tone ranges from laid back to over the top to philosophical, constantly leaving us wondering what the overall narrative's working up to.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers.
As for the meaning behind this twisted anthology of sorts, that's something you'll want to keep analyzing with each repeated viewing.
Whose motorcycle is this?
It's a chopper, baby.
Whose chopper is this?
Zed's.
Who's Zed?
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead.
Do you agree with our list?
Do you?
What's your favorite non-linear film?
What do you do when you get stuck on a movie line with a guy like this behind you?
For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Now that's an ending that is flat and beyond belief.